Well, hello, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of It's Always Anxious at Bedtime. It's just anxious at bedtime. I'm one host, I'm Cash.
And I'm Monica.
And she's exhausted of me.
No. Do you have any ketchup?
I don't really. I thought I did, but I keep forgetting everything. And that's like the constant about me is I will forget.
Yeah.
I'll have a lot loaded and ready. And then you're like, it's time to record. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I get that. I don't think I really have anything either.
They released more UFO files.
Oh, did they?
I'm sorry, UAP files.
Mm.
Yeah. And there's some that are as recent as this year.
Oh, wow.
Of things flying in the sky with pilots. So that was pretty crazy, if it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of conspiracies this year are being proven true. And then a lot of things that, since CERN shut down have changed. Word on the street is there's a cornucopia on the Hanes label again.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, so I mean, some shit's different, but I don't remember. So I don't really have any ketchup.
Okay. I don't think I really do either, so we can just get right into the episode. If you're listening to this episode, there's a very good chance that Cash and I are wandering the streets of Salem, Massachusetts right now.
I'm probably in a building.
Probably.
I'm probably exhausted of wandering streets, and I'm in a building in the air conditioning.
While we're out ghost hunting, we thought it was only fitting to take you with us, at least in spirit.
In spirit.
So super excited for that.
It's pretty cool for
Yeah.
you guys too.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Hopefully. You'll hear our stories, so hopefully that's fun for you.
If we remember.
That's true. Yeah, it is mine and Cash's 10th anniversary. So
Oh, yeah.
we thought what better way to celebrate than go talk to some ghosts.
And, check some shit out.
Try a lobster roll for the very first time.
I won't be doing that.
I will be partaking. So if you have
don't do
recommendations.
seafood. Quick fish fun fact.
Yeah.
Did you know that fish swim in their own shit and piss?
Oh, yeah. Did you know that people that go... I'm kind of judging, but, not judging. People that go boating on, boat days will just hop in the water when they have to pee.
Yes, or just whip it out.
I just learned that, yeah. What?
You think they fucking cruise 30 miles back?
I would. Yeah, I absolutely would.
What?
You want me to pee my pants?
No, your swimsuit.
Ugh.
Yeah, or just, take it off and jump in.
No, I'd buy a shiwi. That's what I'd probably do,
Shiwi and piss off the side of the boat.
Yeah.
Again, into that water.
So gross.
Yeah, I'm saying, dude, seafood's not for me.
Look, I have very recently found a love for seafood. Let me have this at least this summer, and then I can go back to not liking seafood.
Yeah, and fish don't come out of the water and take showers.
Mm-mm.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
They don't even know what showers are.
They
actually.
don't.
So,
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's fish for you.
But anyway, yeah, by the time this episode releases, we will be, oh wow, it'll be our last day in Salem. So
Possibly.
If you have recommendations of where we should go, what we should see,
It's too late.
you can still send them to us, and if we catch
we'll
it in time, we'll go.
And we'll probably go back.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the Lizzie Bourdain house is right there too, like an hour and a half away.
You say Bourdain?
Isn't that it?
Borden? No.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you just do to my brain?
Welcome.
Lizzie Borden house. Yeah, Borden. You're thinking Anthony Bourdain, the chef.
Yeah, the traveler.
Was he a traveler? I thought he was a chef.
He was a traveler. He tried foods everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that I think is right there. We're going to be right by the Bridgewater Triangle, right by where Betty and Barney Hill were abducted. There is another famous abduction case. I don't remember what it's called right now, but it's also right where we're going to be.
Don't they have a Mothman statue somewhere over there?
That's in Virginia.
That's right there.
It's pretty close, yeah.
In your logic.
I'm trying to sort out what places do I want to go for sure. Because I kind of want to go see the Betty and Barney Hill plaque. That's iconic.
I'll tell you guys one place I'm going to go for sure. That's Harvard. So I can tell everybody I went to Harvard. Where the fuck did you go? I didn't study there, but I went.
Anyway, as for the episode, today we are counting down 5 haunted places in Salem that you might not have heard about.
I probably haven't.
Probably not.
I've heard of five places total in Salem
Yep, that's probably true.
that I can remember at least.
And 4 of them are hotels that we looked at.
5 of them are.
Okay, we'll dig into the history, the legends, the reported paranormal activity, and of course, we'll let you know which locations we'll be brave enough to visit ourselves.
After we get done, because we'll see if we have time and remember.
Whether you believe every ghost story, you're just here for the fascinating history, or you're hoping we come home with a ghost encounter, grab your favorite blanket, get comfortable, and let's take a trip to one of America's most famously haunted locations.
All right then now.
Alrighty. Yeah, I try to pick places that are less talked about because when you Google like haunted places in Salem, the same places kept coming up and everyone's covered them and that's awesome. We're definitely going to cover them one day. But a lot of them are like you would have to rent them for the night or like harder to get into also if you just wanted to check something out, you know?
And I already rented a hotel that I paid for,
Yeah.
so I'm not going to be fucking spend the night outside of some place that I didn't rent just for a hopeful encounter.
Exactly. But also, I didn't know it was to this extent, but everywhere in Salem is haunted. Everywhere has a story. And so, like, you could just be going to get lunch and find a haunted location. And so I think that's really fun to know the different places that are haunted. You know what I mean?
That is pretty dope.
Yeah. So, first off, we have Derby Wharf. This is one of those places that is absolutely smothered in lore and passed down tales. So, there's Derby Wharf
Yes.
and Derby Street.
Yes. And there's also the Kentucky Derby.
Yes, but we're not talking about that.
I know, but I just know the derbies.
Okay. Derby Street is now parallel to the wharf, and Derby Street was created and named after Elias Haskett Derby Sr.
The old one.
Yeah, he's a very important guy for Salem history.
Very influential.
Yes. The wharf followed in 1783, and Salem prospered in the shipping business. It was one of the cities to be at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then in 1809, the wharf was expanded even more. The street, Derby Street, became Salem's red light district. The area quickly became synonymous with gambling, prostitution, and alcohol. One tavern called In a Pig's Eye, which today is known as the Mercy Tavern,
I'll be there.
and the Mercy Tavern is still operational today in the very same building. But back then, when it was In a Pig's Eye, it was sort of known as the hub for a sinful buffet.
Well, I do like buffets.
Not that kind of buffet.
Oh, I thought it would have like delicatessens. Like
No,
really
it
good
had
meats.
like, if you were looking for Lady of the Night back then, you could find that there. If you wanted to gamble, if you wanted
Gamble and
alcohol
liquor.
or yeah.
Those are the two things I like. Not the Lady of the Night part. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just not
No,
for
of course
me.
not. Yeah, because you're a married man.
Yeah, happily married too. Come on now.
But anyway, yeah, if you were rolling into Salem on a ship and you were like, I kind of want to get into some trouble tonight, you
Did
would
you
go
say
to
rolling into Salem on a ship?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
You would go to Mercy, or not Mercy's Tavern, In a Pig's Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's In a Pig's Eye. I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah.
It sounds dirty.
It does, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, they picked the name well. Because of the times, okay, brothels were especially booming. But sometimes sailors wanted to be able to enter and exit the brothel with more privacy. So they used underground tunnels that ran from the wharf to the brothel for that reason.
Oh shit! So we're gonna come across underground tunnels?
I wish, but no.
Oh, good, because I bet they'd be full of cum, and I don't want that.
No, that's not what they're for. But I don't know how to transition from that. So, unfortunately, humans are going to human, and it did not take long for the tunnels to start being used for more nefarious reasons.
Exactly what I said.
Not that.
Oh.
Sailors started allegedly using the tunnels to kidnap young men and drag them onto their ships when they needed more crew members, and then they would force them to, like, work on the ship.
Oh, terrible people.
Yeah. Quick side note, do you remember Elias Derby Sr. that I just mentioned?
I do.
Okay, he passed away in 1799 and left everything to his son, Elias Derby Jr. Elias was born into a life of wealth, and he wanted to keep things that way. So, when he realized that there was real money to be made in selling and collecting artifacts, he devised a little plan. He would start smuggling artifacts, but he needed a way to get them in and out of town unnoticed, and that's how he came up with the idea of the tunnels. However, he couldn't have people know about the tunnels that he was building, so he said he was going to beautify an area of swampland by turning it into parks and walking trails, and he sort of sold that as a way to have tourists lining up that would visit what would eventually become the Salem Common.
I'll be there.
You will. But yeah, so it was like, I'm doing this, but I'm look over here, look at this. You know what I mean?
Sleight of hand.
Yeah. So the construction for all of that would be easy to hide his construction for the tunnels, but he still needed to order a bunch of bricks for the tunnels, right?
Oh, yeah.
So his plan to make that purchase of a bunch of bricks inconspicuous was to order the construction of a bunch of large brick homes, so that nobody would be like, why are you ordering a bunch of bricks? Where are these bricks going? To the homes. Duh.
Making a house. Duh.
Yeah.
And then another one, and another one, and another one.
Yeah. So that's a large part of why there are so many brick homes, is because, allegedly, again.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. But I thought that was really interesting. And that's the reason that the tunnels were allegedly built. There's a bunch of other reasons. Like, nobody really knows for sure, because from what I could see, it was very secret until, like, pretty recent, like the past 100 years. And it kind of sounds like Salem denied the tunnels for a long time also, which I understand.
Every fucking city does.
Yeah. But as, like, newer businesses were starting to develop over recent years, they started finding these tunnels and uncovering tunnels, and they were like, hey, what is this? And so more recently, they've kind of started trying to uncover the history of the tunnels and why they're there.
Kind of slowly let people know.
Yeah.
And then lie about a lot more.
I'm not saying that they're lying. I think they genuinely don't know for sure why they were built or when exactly they were built, because some people believe it was, like, also during the speakeasy era, which also makes sense. But anyway, yeah, so the tunnels were built out of secrecy and lies, which just adds another layer of weird and kind of creepy.
For sure weird.
Yeah, and someday for sure we're gonna do a deep dive into that, because there's so much and it's so interesting.
Maybe after Salem.
Maybe.
After we go and I get the truth, I get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll take a tour.
Bottom of the tunnels.
They'll talk about it.
As long as it's not full of cum.
I don't think they are. But a lot of them have been filled up with, like, debris and cement and, like, blocked off.
Yeah.
But back to the sailors. I guess it was a pretty well-known problem that young men would often never be seen again after going into a pig's eye. Like, that was kind of the rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back then, especially, the demand for crew members was high because turnover was high. It was a hard job, sailors were often extremely malnourished, and, of course, they weren't often able to receive medical care because they were in the middle of the ocean. So when somebody got too sick to work, they would just be thrown overboard.
Yeah.
That's
Dead
crazy.
weight. That's where the phrase came from.
Insane. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So when the ship would finally dock again, they'd be like, well, we're short 7 men, so go get them. Crazy.
I think that's where the movie Peter Pan was conceptualized too.
Oh, maybe. But like I said, because of all of that, the wharf and pretty much every building on Derby Street is rumored to be haunted.
And brick.
Lots of brick, yeah. But people often report seeing full-body apparitions of young sailors. There have been reports of men walking out of the water seemingly from nowhere, like that scene in Ariel where she's finding Eric at the end with her legs, just walking out of the water and out onto the shore, and then they vanish into thin air.
I'd fucking yell them.
Yeah.
Go back!
People have felt cold spots even in the middle of summer. Some people have also reported feeling someone tap on their shoulder as if to get their attention, but when they turn, nobody's there.
I do that trick to you sometimes.
I know. So that's one place that you could easily go and explore if you are wanting to try to find some haunted places to check out.
Sounds like a pretty fun spot we're going to check out.
Yeah. The second place, and I think my favorite, Bunghole Liquors. The liquor store.
You know, I'm a big fan of Bunghole Liquors. I always have been my whole life. Anytime I heard anything about Bunghole Liquors, I'm
Bunghole
like,
Liquor.
Love me some Bunghole Liquors.
Yeah.
Just real big fan of Bunghole Liquors.
And they lean into it. They have all sorts of merch. You can even buy, like, t-shirts on their website.
I really love a Bunghole Liquor that
Yeah.
leans into it, too.
Yeah.
Don't let me tell you a Bunghole Liquor that leans into it. Is fucking...
If I remember right, there's a t-shirt on the website that says, I heart Bunghole Liquors.
I might procure myself one
Yeah.
of them.
That's a fun one for sure. Now, I couldn't find the exact year that Bunghole Liquors was built, but the building did originally serve as a funeral home.
Well, that's probably why there's two kinds of spirits there. It's not just the liqueur spirit, but it's also the ones that were burned there.
Yeah, the other
and
spirits.
Also prettied up.
Yeah.
And they're probably not too happy about being called Bunghole Liquors if they weren't one.
You know, I don't think I would enjoy that in the afterlife.
Yeah, I'd probably be there like, who the fuck decided I was a Bunghole Liquor? You better fucking
Lit
move
liquor.
your dang spirits away from mine here. All right, pal? Okay, I see why it's
Who you
haunted.
calling a cootie queen?
Who you calling Bunghole Liquor? You lint liquor? Oh, not yet. That's the liquor part. You got it. You were better than me. Keep going.
So during the Prohibition, people would meet in the basement of the funeral home, which served as a speakeasy.
It's where they started doing the liquor part.
There, surrounded by bodies and embalming fluid, they would party it up till the sun rose.
Hopefully none of the dead people did too. And if they
Yeah.
did they offer them a shot?
I don't know. In 1933, when the Prohibition was lifted, the owner decided to turn his funeral home into a liquor store, proudly becoming only the second place to get a liquor license in Salem post-Prohibition. Yeah, and it's still in business. Unsurprisingly, employees of Bunghole Liquors are the ones that have experienced the most hauntings. A lot happens in the basement, including security cameras capturing brightly glowing orbs, not just normal orbs, brightly glowing ones. But the hauntings aren't solely contained to the basement.
Hopefully not, because I don't think they're going to let me in there.
Staff members have experienced a slew of unexplainable things, such as seeing apparitions and objects move around on their own. One of the most well-known spirits is a woman who will enter the bar and then disappear shortly after. And the name Bunghole Liquors has stood the test of time because it's funny, but also because its actual meaning is the hole in a barrel used to pour out what's in it, such as a barrel of whiskey.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. The name was allegedly suggested by a Polish priest who was a friend of the owner during one of those speakeasy nights.
Of course it come from a priest. You should name this place the Bunghole Liquors.
If you visit the liquor store today, like I said, you could score yourself a pretty sweet t-shirt or hat that says Bunghole Liquor.
And I'll probably get a bottle of liquor too.
We'll see.
If they got store branded liquor,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
picking
that's
one
fair.
up.
Bunghole Liquor, yeah.
Bunghole Liquor whiskey.
That'd be
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Our third location,
Ooh.
Wicked Good Books. Wicked Good Books originally opened for business in the building that used to be Salem's old town hall. In 2011, they closed, then moved from that building and reopened in 2017 in the one on Essex Street. I don't know why it's so hard for me to say. I keep on saying X's.
Yeah, the S and the X. Yeah, it throws you off.
On Essex Street, where it still stands today. When the owner was preparing the new location for their grand opening, she started experiencing some of the typical paranormal stuff, which led her to believe that perhaps the new location was haunted. Through the renovations, she also found out that this new building was one that had the tunnels running underneath.
Fuck.
Yeah.
She's going to be infested with Bunghole Liquor.
The owner had a paranormal investigator check out the place, and he said he did feel a presence, but not an evil one. A separate investigator at a separate time also visited and felt someone place their hands around his neck. So I don't know how far the not evil thing goes.
Maybe I was just trying to get all sooky with them.
Or maybe it was just like, didn't like that medium. I don't know.
Ooh, it had just finished watching The Simpsons. And it's like, why I at it and choked it like Bart.
Maybe.
I want to try that.
But people have since reported witnessing books that literally fly off the shelves and seeing shadow figures. Allegedly, a newer employee a few years ago was working alone one night when something happened that creeped her out so bad that she refused to return to work unless she could start taking her dog. But as far as I could tell, no one knows exactly what she experienced. Like, she did not talk about it.
Did they let her take her dog, though?
I couldn't find an answer on that either, but I would assume.
I'll ask while we're there.
Okay.
Like, does anybody know the lady with a dog that works here? And then I'll ask her. I'll be like, look, I work for a podcast. Albeit it's mine. But my listeners, mainly my wife, is the only person that listens to me sometimes, wants to know, what'd you see?
Yeah. Our fourth location, Old Bearing Point Cemetery. Opened in 1637, Old Bearing Point Cemetery, also known as Charter Street Cemetery, is the oldest maintained cemetery in Salem and one of the oldest in the United States as a whole.
And it's also one of the most haunted in the United States.
Yeah, allegedly.
Hypotenusically.
Which is saying a lot because it is pretty small. It's like 2 city blocks total.
That's a lot smaller than that one we went to that was like 18 miles.
Yeah, but as for this cemetery, there's a ton of history buried in it.
Those are people, Monica.
No, listen, the history. I cannot stress that enough. John Hawthorne, one of the judges from the witch trials, is buried there. When Puritans first started creating colonies in America, one of the first chartered colonies was the Massachusetts Bay Colony. The last mayor that served that colony is buried in the cemetery. The senior minister in Salem at the time of the witch trials is buried in this cemetery. A passenger that was on the Mayflower is in this cemetery. I cannot wrap my head around how old this cemetery is.
About 400 years.
Yeah, that is insane. Yeah.
Wait till we travel outside of this country.
I know. That's all I could think this whole time is like my mind is going to be blown when we go to Europe. Oh my gosh.
She'd be like, how old is that cobblestone?
Yeah. But just for some fun facts, do you know what else was created in 1637?
I do not.
The modern table knife.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's barbaric. They should have had that a lot longer.
The mercury barometer wasn't even invented until the 1640s. Ice cream wasn't even invented until the 1660s. This cemetery is older. Listen, this cemetery is older than ice cream by 30 years.
I believe that's bullshit.
Why?
I believe that people knew and had ice cream. They were just gatekeeping
Maybe, but officially, it is older than ice cream by 30 years.
It's for sure older than Google.
Yeah, that is insane.
It's pretty old.
Yeah. Without even getting into all of the history, there's so much. There are a bunch of wild hauntings here too. People often catch apparitions believed to be the spirits of those that reside within the cemetery, of course. Especially if you go at night, you are said to be more likely to capture them on film.
Ooh.
Yeah. One of the most encountered spirits is Judge Hawthorne, who played a huge role in the witch trials. I can't talk. I'm too excited.
In the witch trials?
In the witch trials.
In the witch trials. Stupid Judge Hawthorne.
He played a huge role. And again, we're going to cover so much Salem eventually. I don't know how soon we'll get to all of it, but we'll talk in depth about this guy and everyone involved. But for now, it's just the quick stuff, right? So, Hathorne, who, by the way, as far as we know, up to his very last day on this earth, never once showed a single molecule of remorse for his part in the witch trials.
Could be like one of those people that honestly believed it.
Either that or he was way too stubborn to be like, no, I was wrong.
Probably both.
Yeah. But this caused his great-great-grandson Nathaniel so much shame that he added a W to his name, changing it to Hawthorne in hopes that nobody would make the connection that they were related. Yes, Nathaniel Hawthorne, the American novelist who wrote The House of Seven Gables, which is also a house in Salem, and The Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is how, I don't know the right word, but like involved Salem is with the history of America. Like the old words are not coming to my brain. It's so old.
New words aren't coming to your brain either, baby.
Yeah. It just blows my mind. But the homes and businesses around the cemetery have also been said to experience the spirits from the cemetery. Like they are not confined. Some people who have visited the cemetery find themselves completely overwhelmed with the feeling of sadness. And there seem to be 3 different apparitions that are seen the most. One is believed to be Mary Bright Corey, who passed away a few years before the witch trials, but her husband was a victim of the trials. The second ghost is an unknown woman in a light blue dress holding a picnic basket. She's usually seen in a back corner of the cemetery, and sometimes she's accompanied by a little boy who people believe is her son, but he's not always with her.
Maybe it's a doll.
Ooh. I don't know. That seems creepier. Then there's a lady in white. She's almost impossible to capture on camera, like Kitty Bang.
I will.
Our cat.
Great white buffalo.
But she is one of the most seen spirits. She is also a lady of the town, and she likes to explore and has been seen all over Salem.
She really is some chick that died in the 80s, and she's like fucking just having the
shit, I would.
Time of her life.
Are you joking me? Yeah.
No, I know. Earlier when you spoke about the shit flying off the shelves in the library, I was going to say that's exactly how you would fucking spend your time.
Yeah.
You look like you'd like this book, and you'd fucking throw books at people. Or you'd be like, that guy's annoying, and fucking throw books at people.
Have you tried fairy smut?
You are a bald... Here's how to knit. Knit a fucking wig.
How to kill toxic masculinity. Pop!
I don't even have a reflection. How do I see it in your head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so fun.
Yeah. And then also, I wanted to apologize to our listeners. I'm sorry. My wife is, she's a West Coast person, actually. She was
I am.
mostly an Oregonian,
Yes.
where most of the history starts in like 1930.
Yeah.
So anything that's beyond like 1800, she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm baffled.
In
Like
this country?
I'm so geeked.
This one?
I cannot even explain
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, but I'm so excited. And the history, I just love history. And it's insane to me that like you can walk in the same like footsteps, the same paths, the same cobblestone as like
Samuel
decades
Adams.
and decades and decades of ancestors and people who like made this like people
the
who
founding fathers.
the founding fathers, people who had huge parts in everything that we grew up learning in
establishing
school.
this country that dictated the future of this nation.
Exactly. And that's not even getting into the part of like walking the footsteps of the people that literally built, like physically built this country that don't get recognized. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it.
I'm not even talking about the people that built this nation. I mean the people that wait. I'm not talking about the people that are recognized for building this nation. I'm talking about the people that built this nation that made it what it is, that influenced the future of it. Even, with the witch trials, the people that went through that, the suffering that taught us different things in history.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
baby.
and it just blows my mind. Like, what do you mean? That is so insane. But granted, where I come from, I know I come from a town that literally has 400 people, but the town next to it that we would grocery shop and all that in, after like 10, 15 years of living there, they completely almost tore everything to the ground and rebuilt it. So the fact that in some places in America, it's still the same everything just blows my mind. Like, I don't understand that.
And they're still trying to destroy a lot of the natural stuff in America all throughout.
Yeah.
All the cities, all the towns, they want to destroy and rebuild. It's crazy.
It is crazy. But anyway, we're not here for my TED Talk today. We are here to talk about ghosts. And I'm so sorry. I know I'm so excited. I feel like I'm probably not even making any sense. As for this cemetery, one man reported seeing a male spirit with mutton chops peeking out of the ground in front of a tombstone. Like, peeking his head out of the ground.
Like just popping up in the ground like a fucking
coming
zombie.
Out of the grave, yeah.
Like it's a cartoon.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Like the SpongeBob cartoon.
Yes.
When that fucking sailor guy pops up out of the ground and he's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. And then one night, 2 other people were walking through the cemetery when they saw a large shadow rise out of the ground as if exiting a grave again.
See? And they created SpongeBob.
Yeah.
They were writers.
So a lot of spirits are seen leaving their graves at night. And if you decide to visit, it's recommended to leave pennies on a few different graves as you walk through, as like little offerings.
What if you leave more money?
You can, yeah.
Is that like an insult? Like I'm a baller?
I don't know. That's fair. Why do people recommend pennies?
Because pennies are we're not supposed to have those anymore.
Yeah.
We said we're not making them now.
That's a good question.
So what if I can't get my grubby little fingers on some pennies and I can only nickel it out?
I was going to say dimes.
No, I get that. People don't want anything to do with a nickel back, so.
So dimes, leave
dimes. That's a lot of money, dude. That really adds up.
But I don't know if you're noticing there is sort of a theme with a lot of these haunted places.
People are dead there.
Also, the tunnels.
Oh, yeah. People died because of the tunnels.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I want to do a deep dive into the tunnels because, like, they
don't physically fucking do that. You'll be one of the spirits down there, dude.
But they go everywhere, and it seems like everywhere along these tunnels is haunted. Do you think something terrible happened in the tunnels, and so the tunnels themselves are haunted? Or do you think the ghosts from the cemetery can go into the tunnels and, transport themselves to other places along the tunnels? Like, can they use the tunnels to get around town?
More that.
Yeah.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I believe that's also probably why they're blocking off parts of the tunnels.
So the ghosts can't just be popping up everywhere?
Yeah, because part of the tunnels has, I don't know, like some kind of magnetic or electronic thing that helps.
Yeah.
And like, let's control this and not allow this interference that allows them, the ghosts and, maybe different timelines, whatever's going on there, to be more powerful.
Maybe.
Yeah. And maybe that's why they built it back in the day, was to be that powerful hub under the city.
Which is so interesting. I think I was going to talk about this later in my notes, but the history around Salem and the tunnels specifically, there's a sort of almost darkness.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like there's some weird energy around Salem with all of the history and lore and like people being kidnapped through the tunnels, and the fact that there are secret tunnels and
I
potential
better
like
not be.
what?
I better not be.
No, you better not be. But the secret black market artifact sales, and there's so much kind of dark history. And then, of course, like, that's not even talking about the witch trials. And as you know, it was rumored that people that were murdered in the witch trials placed a curse on Salem and the ancestors, or not ancestors, descendants of the people involved. And it feels very Widow's Bay to me.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Yeah, a TV show. You watched it, remember? It's like this haunted little island that every like 30 years or something, weird stuff starts happening, and like the fog is dangerous.
Oh,
And
yeah. I remember now.
and it's basically just these people trying to keep the island complacent and like give it what it's asking for to
keep it alive.
Yeah, to keep them alive.
At bay.
Yeah, which kind of is what it feels like. Like Salem itself is alive and just, you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah. Anyway, that show came out at the perfect time for this. Our final location, Turner Seafood at Lyceum Hall. If that's wrong, let me know.
That's wrong.
It might be Lycum.
It's probably like them.
I feel like it's Lycum.
Litcham.
Lycham? Oh, Lycham might be right. Anyway, I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just going to call it Turner Seafood.
That.
So it used to be known as Lycham Hall, but today it's Turner Seafood, and most people still refer to it as Lyceum Hall.
I don't know. We'll find out when we go there, and we're like, hey, where can we get this fucking seafood from the Lickums?
The Lickums. Oh, Lickums and Bunghole Liquor.
Oh, maybe. They'll be like, are you trying to go to the Butthole Liquors or the
Butthole? Bunghole.
Oh. Like, yeah, I am.
What?
Who's that?
Anyway, no, people still refer to it as the
You got somebody in this town you fucking refer to as the Butthole Liquor? I want to meet them.
But the now restaurant was built on land that used to be an apple orchard, owned by the very first person executed during the trials, Bridget Bishop. Bridget's land was purchased by the Salem... Oh my gosh, why didn't I look this up? I'm going to look this up. Hold on. Okay, Google says Lyceum, so I'm saying Lyceum. Bridget's land was purchased by the Salem Lyceum Society in 1831, and that's when the hall was built. It was kind of like the hangout spot for smart and hot people.
Fuck, I would have been there.
You would have. We would have been all over that.
Yeah, I'm smart and hot, dude. I would have... Did I build that place?
But they would gather there and listen to lectures and bump elbows with people like David Thoreau and Ralph Waldo Emerson and Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah, I only know Alexander Graham Bell from all of them. That guy wouldn't stop calling me. He put a fucking phone in my house.
Okay, he held the first public demonstration of the telephone within this building that is still standing today.
I know, the other one was at my house. He wouldn't stop fucking calling. That's crazy, though. That is pretty crazy.
Isn't it? 1989 is when it was first converted into a restaurant, and it became Turner's in 2013. And it sounds like it was somewhere during that shift when ghostly experiences started happening, because it didn't happen prior to that. So it's almost as if these renowned writers and poets and philosophers and inventors are mad that their hangout spot changed. It's no longer like this cultural center, but now it's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or have you ever seen Peter Pan?
No. I mean, yes, but where are you going with this?
You know, when they're like, I do believe in fairies, the more belief in them, they turn up.
Maybe you give them power.
All these,
but it still takes one person to be like, I believe, and they start coming.
Yeah, hella people believing in one spot.
Maybe. I still think that it renovation.
Yours is way cooler than mine.
I kind of think maybe somebody should try to like sit down the ghosts and explain to them that restaurants are kind of the closest thing that we have today. Like places like that. You know what I mean? Like restaurants are where people go to talk and converse and hang out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I think maybe if they say like, this is the best we can do, maybe they'll, be okay.
I think they would have been all right if they turned it into a bar.
Maybe, yeah. They're like, this seems right. Yeah.
They'd be like, that's right.
Bunghole Liquor, all right.
Butthole Liquors? That's it. You're competing with the bungholes? Yeah. Oh, I'm in.
Anyway.
Who's running this place? His fucking name is Butthole Liquor? I'm out.
One of the most common spirits seen here is a woman in a long white gown. So, a woman in white. She's often seen in reflections such as mirrors and windows, but never really directly head on. She is potentially the same lady in white from the cemetery, but possibly a different person altogether. No one really knows.
It's the same one. She's using the tunnels.
Yeah, right? But this lady in white is believed to be Bridget Bishop herself.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Turner's does have its own unique experience, okay? Visitors sometimes will smell fresh apples as if the room is filled with them.
It's better than the seafood. She's trying to fix it.
Maybe, but keep in mind, the land that the restaurant is currently on used to be Bridget's apple orchard.
That's what I'm saying. She's trying to fix it.
Yeah, but I think that also helps prove my theory because it was originally an apple orchard and then it became the like culture hub, but they didn't smell apples back then. But now that it's a restaurant, apples. Like she's upset. Like, what the fuck did you guys do to my land? Or she's like, why does it smell like fish?
Yeah.
I like apples.
That.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm cool hanging out here, but God, you guys are fucking stinky.
Yeah.
Somebody order a cheeseburger or an apple pie. You know what? I got the apple pie.
And that's why she started popping up in reflection so she can just check like
So she's
Sniffing.
giving dirty eyes. She's giving stink eyes. She's like, ooh, dirty ass. Apple pie.
apple pie.
That would be me.
Yeah.
You're throwing books. I'm fucking changing
Yeah.
the scent to something tolerable.
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
The craziest part is this list is barely scratching the surface. Like I said, I didn't want to cover places that everyone covers. I wanted to like get a little bit more underground with
A
it.
little different.
A little bit more like you can just go and visit these places while you're in Salem.
Yeah.
So we still have all of those more well-known places to talk about. We still have the witch trials themselves to talk about. At some point, like I said, I really want to dig into the tunnels, pun intended. And there are so many more haunted locations. We don't have to really go in the tunnels. Don't give me that
No,
look.
I will.
Okay.
I'll dig through some of the blockades.
If you're ever allowed, I'm so down. But Salem has over 50 places that have a haunted reputation just within the city limits. These include more cemeteries, businesses, museums, homes, parks. It goes on. And I'm not going to read them all, but this is the list. It just keeps going.
Man, that's pretty abundant.
Yeah. Whether you believe in ghosts or just love the stories, Salem has a way of making history feel incredibly close. Sometimes it's in the grand, famous landmarks, and sometimes it's tucked inside a neighborhood bookstore, a restaurant where people are just trying to enjoy dinner, a centuries-old cemetery, or a quiet walk along the wharf. If you find yourself visiting Salem, don't just rush from one famous attraction to the next. Slow down. Wander the side streets. Pop into the little shops. Grab a bite to eat. You might just leave with a great story, or a story you can't quite explain.
Or with a ghost, who knows?
I know, I hope we find a haunted item.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shirley gets a friend.
Yeah, I would love to get Shirley a friend.
A new dress that comes with a flying
Ooh,
capability.
that'd
So
be
she just
cool,
flies
yeah.
around the pod room. We're never coming in here again.
Originally, I was planning on doing 5 locations that get talked about a lot because, duh, it's so interesting and there's so much history. But I kept stumbling upon hole-in-the-wall places that have these insane experiences. And like I said, it's so cool that it's places we can just go.
Yeah.
We can just go grab drinks at Turner's if we wanted, or we could go check out the bookstore.
Both.
Yeah.
Huh?
So, yeah, hopefully if
We don't have
anyone-
to ask some guy if we can go into his house.
Exactly, or buy tickets or anything like that because, Salem is a tourist place, so a lot of things have tickets, which is fine,
Yeah.
but it's fun to be able to get off the beaten path a little bit too.
And do stuff for free.
Yeah.
Save some money. Live some gooders.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully if anyone is going to Salem anytime soon, that list will help them lean into their spooky side a little bit more.
And you can tell us what you experienced
Please.
in
Oh,
each of those locations and others.
Yeah, all of them.
We're
Any
going
of
to tell
them.
you ours
We will. Oh my gosh.
when we remember.
Yeah, help manifest weird ghost encounters with us.
And great memories.
So, yeah.
Because in 6 months on our catch up, when I finally remember,
If you or somebody you know has had a brush with the paranormal and would like to have that story read on the pod, please email it to anxious@bedtimepodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on social media. We have a
TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, not MeTube, but YouTube. Like, follow, subscribe, and recommend, dude. What's up? Share us. The world can be a scary place with a bunch of ghosts just running amok through a bunch of tunnels and
running
popping
the
up in
city.
every place you show up. This lady in white is really, really probably gonna show up for us, right?
I hope so.
So we'll probably be fine.
We'll bring her some pennies.
Yeah, we're probably fine.
We're probably fine.
Sleep tight, and if you're too anxious, listen again.